Okay, this is the review for the Pedaltrain Novo 32 that just showed up at my doorstep today. If any of you guys have had Pedaltrain boards before that aren't the big ones, it is 32 inches wide. That's not referring to the case here, but of course the board inside. That said, it's a pretty significant case. I had a board just like this before. I love these cases. They are very heavy duty. In fact, I think the site says they're like 29 pounds. When it shipped, it was 33 according to UPS. So anyway, of course you know about the durability. If you're this far, you've read into their latches and basically, within reason, indestructible cases. But if we open up these latches here, I haven't really opened this until it showed up. We can see inside. I guess I should mention, I also purchased this board specifically from a seller that installs the pedal power, the Voodoo pedal power 2 ahead of time. So that's why I guess this is here, which I'm guessing it's just the accessories, right? So the power looks like some cabling and the mount stuff, packaging, which looks like I can see already that it's already in there. Also, plenty of Velcro and zip ties. And then the company I bought it from is an eBay seller. If everything's brand new, but it's an eBay seller that, again, installs this pedal power. So hopefully they did a good job doing that, which it looks like they did. So they have the brackets in there. And everything seems pretty snug, so I'll have to test that out and make sure. But here's the board inside the case to give an idea of how much bigger the case is from the board. Not a lot bigger, actually. When I'm looking side to side, I see about 3/4 of an inch gap here. Up top, just kind of guesstimating about an inch or so. So not a ton of give, which I think is a good thing because you're not going to have this board rattling around a ton. Let me go ahead and take this out. Now, as I'm taking this out, something to remember about these Pedaltrain boards, they don't really have handles. A lot of boards you'll see have handles on the side. You don't get that with Pedaltrain, which is okay. Sometimes that can be a hindrance with certain pedals that you have. But just remember, when you're placing pedals on the board, you're going to have to find little spaces to where you can grab. Now it's easy without the pedals on it, but when I put a bunch of pedals on here and you're going to grab here or here, you got to find little spaces. Anyways, let's go ahead and take that out. I'll shut this case here, put this on top. I opted, by the way, for the hard case. You know, I was going back and forth between the soft case and hard case, which maybe some of you guys are too. But the reason I ended up going for the hard case is ultimately because, shocker, durability. With zippers on such a big case, even if it is high quality, which I know they say they are, I just worry about over time, is the investment of the pedals that I made really going to be protected? You know, we all spend lots of money sometimes on the right types of pedals, and over time, if that bag drops for whatever reason, I know you're saving some weight, of course, but I don't know. For me, that was the choice I made. We'll see after a few months of lugging this thing around if I made the wrong choice. Again, this is like a 29-pound thing before you even add pedals, I believe. You can check the stats. I'll post a link for sure. Let me give you a little bit of a reference point here. Sometimes it's helpful to see a familiar pedal on the board. So let me put a Boss TU3 here so you can kind of understand it's a big board. I had a Classic 2, I think, before, and it definitely wasn't this long. I might have actually beaten it on height. I don't know, just I'm talking about the way it looks. But length, this thing has some length for sure. This is actually gonna be my acoustic pedal board. which is kind of crazy because it's bigger than my electric pedal board. And there's really only one reason why it's bigger, and that's because of this guy here. As I've incorporated looping into my show, so to speak, I need this. This is a total game changer for me, having 3 tracks ready to go just like that. There's smaller loopers, of course, and I'll show you my other tiny board, but this is, to me, irreplaceable. So I gotta have it protected. I gotta have it easily and accessible. I don't want to be plugging in cables every single gig I play. I want it ready to go. As soon as I pull it out of the case, plug in an input, plug in an output, should be ready to go, right? So anyways, that's the point of that. Let me give you another frame of reference. Here's my existing board, which is the Nano Plus, Pedaltrain Nano Plus. If I just stick it right in the center here, or close to the center, you can kind of get an understanding. Maybe I'll put it at the bottom. You're definitely seeing a size difference here. I mean, this is a serious board. Let me do this too. Here's the case that this Nano goes into. So I'm keeping it separate. So I have 2 complete boards. One is a grab and go type of situation where maybe I don't need the looping power, but 95% of my gigs, I'm gonna wanna have home base here. So that's kind of what you're looking at here. Yeah, that's about it. I'm excited to get the power running through here. I'm excited to get these pedals stuck on. The one other thing I wanted to suggest to you guys, if you haven't seen it, is called the Pedal Booster by Pedaltrain. So what this does, if you haven't seen them, it gives you, these Pedaltrain boards, as nice as they are, one of the inconveniences that people find, which, it's either your style or it's not, is that it's built on an angle, right? So in particular, when you're using like this Boss Loop Station and I need to hit these pedals, sometimes it's nice to have it on a flat surface, but I'm gonna go for it this way since all the pedals I need access to right away are right along the bottom. I think I'm gonna be okay. But when I get that thing on there, you're gonna have, let's see, if I get this RC300 on here, accessing pedals right here is gonna be kind of a drag. See that? Where if I go to hit this pedal, I'm really hitting the top of this unless I really point my toe at this, which is a problem because I'm gonna hit pedals that I'm not trying to hit. So inside here, I don't wanna open it up, it'll take me a little bit of a second and make a lot of noise, but it's basically a ramp. So there's a metal piece that you can move or you can secure a number of different ways. I'm just gonna Velcro it on just like it was a pedal itself. But this is gonna go here, the pedal goes on top, and then I have a little bit of a lift here to hit this top row of pedals. I got the medium size to fit 2 pedals, or maybe 3 little mini pedals. They also make a small for 1 pedal and I think a large for 3 pedals or so. So anyways, that's the Pedaltrain Novo 32. Anything else that you need to know you could probably find online, but I just didn't see a ton of helpful videos showing you the actual perspective of this board. But I'm looking forward to it. Maybe I'll post something else once I get it up and running so you can see it with all the stuff on. But for now, thought it might be helpful showing it completely bare and then with some perspective. All right, leave a comment if you have any questions. Thanks.